first day was a long day of packing and driving, but late that night we made it to Houston. Our anxiety level was a little high at that point, but we really looked forward to what the next few days had in store for us.
Ever since the talks of this thing happening, it's been, you know, just kind of, you know, lifted us up a little bit, you know, and, you know, guys have looked forward to this for a while. Morale definitely plays a big factor in it. I think because if your morale's great, you know, it's easy to get out of bed in the morning and come here and love what you do.
Jim, it's almost good to meet you. Larry, I'm Jim, good to meet you. Daniel?
Anytime you can get a morale booster somewhere that we spend a lot of time in, like at home, so and then enjoy those nice things together, it brings everybody together at the station. So.
After a quick meet and greet with the guys at the station Monday morning, it was time for us to unload and really get to work.
We're pretty fortunate at this station. Our morale, we've even though it's, you know, it could be better. Most of the guys, we get along great. There's nothing that we can't talk about if we have problems, because we all have our, you know, personal life problems, and they get hashed out, hammered out here at the station. Having the things, you know, just a place to be able to relax. You know, basically call this home. That, you know, then people feel safe here. It's going to bring your morale up. It just does.
It didn't take long once we put our eyes on the room to realize that this week we're really going to have our work cut out for us. It was time to roll.
You can bring morale up, you're going to bring attendance up, you're going to bring people wanting to come, wanting to be a part of it, wanting to, you know, outside stations, wanting to, you know, always, you know, transfer in. As soon as you get an opening, you know how it is. They look for a way in and try to, you know, get in, and that's what you want, you know, because all stations kind of compete. They may not come out and say it, but they do. They compete against each other about who's better, but that's every station. So.
Hey. I'm Teresa with Carpet Giant.
Hey, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Excuse our mouth.
No problem.
Good to have you.
Nice to meet you.
You too.
Nice to meet you.
Jared and Curtis.
Hey, Curtis, Teresa, nice to meet you.
Good to meet you. And then you brought some samples for us to take a look at?
Samples so we can install the new carpet tomorrow for you.
Perfect. Hey, Eric, do you want to take a look at some samples? The blue will look good with it.
That's the one?
That one?
Sugared bronze.
Sugared bronze. So, Carpet Giant, I don't know if I told you, but Carpet Giant, they're actually donating all the carpet for us for free. Wow. They're donating it. So, we appreciate you all doing
No problem.
It's a huge help.
Glad to be a part of it.
Good deal.
I'll get out of your hair. You guys look like you're busy.
Yeah,
nice
thank you very much for coming by.
And I'll talk to you soon, okay?
Absolutely. Thanks,
Sugar
Teresa.
bronze, we'll get in for you.
It's really nice to have somebody on the outside that knows and understands what's going on. They want to come in and try to help and just brighten something up that, in my opinion, needs some attention at times.
Today's the big day for me.
That stuff roll.
If we get this stuff knocked out, then we'll be on schedule tomorrow.
It's gonna show your tempo.
Have you found the orange store? Do you know where you are? Having lived and worked as firemen at fire station, we know how important it is to have a good work environment and a place to relax. We've been given this opportunity to lift the spirits of these guys and give them something they can really enjoy, we hope, for years to come. It's required the careful coordination and planning of several people over several months, and now it's our time to get it done.
I think one of the reasons about the cave is you can just turn up the volume on TV a little bit louder and just relax a little bit so you don't have to think about that. But then once the call comes in, then it's back to the full time. I don't know of anybody who has retired that can just forget everything. It's just, it's your family. You hear about, you'll be gone for 20 years and you hear about a firefighter passing on, and it's just, it brings back all the memories of all the calls you were with them.
Wrapping up day one, we mistakenly thought that we had made plenty of progress and things were well on their way. We met several of the guys from the station later that night at the Ragin' Cajun. They had a retired fellow fireman in town for dinner, and they graciously invited us to join along. This was a great opportunity for our crew and theirs to kick back and relax for a little bit. We got to share some stories, share some laughs, and just take a minute to get to know them a little bit better outside of the station. It was an incredible experience for our guys and a memory of the trip that we'll always cherish. The next morning came and time passed quickly. It was late in the morning when everything still left to do started to sink in.
We got a lot of paint to do. The trim's gonna take a while. It's already 10 o'clock. Carpet guys aren't here. Probably got to give them a call in a minute.
Here we go.
Curtis, what do you think?
I think it really just has to do with camaraderie, you know what I mean? So can you manage different personalities and in a stressful environment and bring them together to have a positive perspective, you know? So things like raises and working conditions and stuff, a lot of that stuff's out of our hands. So if we can just come together as a family type bond, you know, so there's poor families, there's rich families, you know, but it doesn't mean that they can't be strong together and instill values that make sure you have a good time wherever you live. So
Luke.
Wait on that.
Luke Dixon.
An hour and 45 away.
Okay, typical fireman stuff.
Yeah.
Hey, TV and sound bar got delivered, so that's the good news.
Sweet.
Bad news is we need you.
Okay.
Yeah, we're kind of at a stop here with some of this electrical stuff. So you said you're about an hour and 45?
Yep.
All right. All right.
Yep.
Well, we definitely need you, man. Eric.
Yeah.
Here, I'll help you.
Oh, I got it.
No, I got it.
I
I got this.
I got it.
I got it. Come on. Oh my God. You need help? Like, the paint's not gonna dry if it's not on the wall yet. Let's get the paint on the wall. Halfway through day two, and we feel like we're just inching along. Progress was being made, but it just wasn't happening as quickly as we had hoped. We still have a lot of work to do, and everyone is expecting us to finish this project by tomorrow at 3 for the review. Not to mention, our guys need to get back home to their families. We did get some relief when Luke and Joe from Dallas Integrated showed up. Having that extra set of hands would make a huge difference. And even though everyone was a bit stressed out, firemen always find a way to divert it. Maybe that's what gets them by.
We could hear you.
Oh.
You still have your mic on. Are you done yet? Because we're really busy. Oh God.
No,
Oh God.
no, this is not good.
This is so wrong.
Please tell me to pull up.
I've been coming to this fire station since it was open, and it was open in '76. I grew up down the road, and I deliver the newspaper here for the guys. I've done CPR on kids that grew up out here on this table out here. So I've been here for a long time in this area, and the tradition has always been here. You know, being a part of 45's has been a really, it's been a nice part of my life. I've enjoyed it, enjoyed the guys, I've enjoyed everything about it. I think some of the fire departments, and I probably fair to say that most fire departments are kind of getting away from some traditional things, and it's nice to keep, you know, to go back to them and kind of reinstill some of the traditions in the fire service.
I mean, line of duties, talk about tradition. That's probably, it's tough because that's the one thing that brings us all together. We can just forget about everything else. Whatever politics kind of go into the job, whatever negative morale we have, it really brings the brotherhood together. And that sounds terrible because you don't want a line of duty death to bring that camaraderie together.
Right now we're working on the, this is the secret project. They don't know about this. It's a special project we want to do for them. It's a line of duty death memorial for all the men and women that died in line of duty at Houston Fire Department. So I think they're going to be really surprised by this. It's a really, really nice piece. It's going to hang up in an area where everybody's going to see it when they walk through the doors from the apparatus bay. I think they're really going to enjoy it. It's going to be really, really cool. I'm excited to see the reactions for sure.
It's like family. So you want to remember the good times. They had friends and family here, and whether you knew them directly, you said they're still your family. So the wall, just pretty much like 9/11 Memorial, you never want to forget, you know what I mean? You want to remember the good stuff, but you also want to learn from those situations. So they might be, not saying they're mistakes, but you want to make sure that doesn't happen again. So
I think it's because over the years of all the fatalities that we've actually had, and you have a bunch of young guys coming in, and you never want them to forget what came before them, so they can learn from the guys that passed on before us.
We shared in a lot of frustration, a lot of stress, and a lot of hard work. In the end, we cut it close, but we got it done. Thanks to the members of Firehouse Shirt Club, Firehouse Overhaul Episode 1 was a success. In and out in 2.5 days. How do you think it went?
Do you think they're gonna believe that? I feel like I've been here for a week.
2.5 days.
Okay.
Started Monday morning, it's Wednesday afternoon. I think the place looks amazing. Y'all did an amazing job. I think they're gonna be blown away.
Next time I'd like to make all the runs to Home Depot and Target and...
Hey, if you think you can do it faster than I
right.
can, you have at it, buddy.
I think we equally shared the misery, and now we're gonna share the victory.
Dang straight.
Because I can smell barbecue.
I can too. Well, let's go show them. I think they're gonna be super excited. All right, here they come.
You guys did some amazing work.
Wow, cool. It's better than home right here.
Come on in.
This is awesome.
So does it look a little different?
Oh, man. It's more than different.
More than different? Wow. Cool.
Better than home.
Nice place to relax, right? That's what we're looking for.
Man, look at this.
Nice. So check out the Iron Fox axe that we had custom made.
Oh, man.
It's all laser etched.
Bluebell ice cream. Good to go. Wow.
Yeah. The hose picture we have right here, this was donated and built by our very own Curtis with the Block Foundation. He runs an organization, a nonprofit, and one of the things he does is he builds these, and typically I think he sells them and generates some money for the nonprofit. But the Block Foundation has been a huge, huge supporter of Firehouse Shirt Club and Firehouse Overhaul, so we certainly appreciate his help as well. Now we finally get to show them our secret project. Wow. So the way that it works is they're all lit up, as you can see, with all the names of everybody that's passed away or died in line of duty from the Houston Fire Department since the first day, or the first death in 1899. And then on the anniversary of every death, it lights up a different color. So that's why that one's red, because today's March 4th.
Oh, man.
So it's kind of an evolving, always living kind of a thing. And every time you guys walk through the doors from the apparatus bay over here, and it's a new day, and you see something different lit up, it's just kind of a reminder of how fragile life is and how important this job is and how real this job is.
Yeah, that's awesome. That is amazing.
Really appreciate you guys giving us this opportunity. It's actually been a much bigger, more complicated project than I anticipated in the beginning, but it's also been a whole lot more rewarding and a whole lot more fulfilling than I thought it would be in the beginning as well. Being able to experience the gift of giving back to our brothers and sisters is unquestionably one of the personal highlights of my life, and I think I can safely say the rest of our crew feels the same way. In the end, my greatest hope is that through this video, the members of Firehouse Shirt Club are able to feel even a fraction of what we experienced. And although the work may have been completed that week by just a few, you are the reason this project was even possible.